Hello and welcome. Most people use this kind of light on the desk or maybe on the door for face beauty therapy and other therapy on their body, but they don't know that this kind of light is very versatile and it can be easily used also in bed, especially for elderly people who cannot sit in front of the light for 10 minutes or even worse, stand in front of the light when it's hanging on the door. So if you are interested in knowing how to use this kind of light in bed, this is video for you. By the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone, but I'm affiliated with MitoPRO lights. So if you decide to purchase one of the lights using my affiliate link, it will be at no extra cost to you and you will help support this channel. But actually, because I'm affiliate with them, I can offer you a discount code so you can get this light even cheaper. I hope this is a win-win for everyone. So this is MitoPRO 300, one of the smallest panels from MitoPRO lights, and this one is the top spec model, which means it contains 4 different wavelengths of light and also digital controls and digital timer. So it's got all the specs you need to make your life and your therapy as easy and as pleasurable as possible. Mito also offer lights without digital controls and only with 2 wavelengths, so you can check out my website for more details about this. And this model comes with a table stand already attached to the light, which is actually quite crucial for use in bed, because as I demonstrate in a minute, it helps our light to stand straight and don't fall over on either side. So I think it's very good, and the good thing as well is that this stand, it comes for free. It's included in the price, while other companies charge about $100 for a table stand for the lights. So this is one of the strengths of this particular model. I think it's a good bargain. So let me demonstrate how easy it is to use this light in bed. And for doing this, we will need extension lead, because the cord, although it's like probably like 1.5 meters or even 2 meters long, but for ease of use and comfort and make sure that everything is safe, it's better to have extension lead. So let me show you how to connect this light to the extension lead and how to use it in bed. Okay, so by the way, let me just show you. And as you see, because it's got this table stand attached, the light can easily stand like this and it's not going to fall over, which means it's safe and comfortable and easy to put on your bed. Of course, I would recommend to take away any duvet cover and just put it on the bed itself, because of course if duvet, it may be a little bit more wobbly. And this, for me, it's solid enough. Of course, just for safety, I wouldn't put it too close to the edge of the bed, just to be on the safe side. It's better to put it like more in the bed, just for safety reasons. You don't want it accidentally, let's say you may kick it off accidentally and somebody just may turn around in bed and then just elbow it or something like this, which will fall out of the bed. So for safety reasons, I recommend to keep the light more or less in the middle of the bed. And of course, we lie down on one side and do the therapy. So first, let's just connect all the cables to the light, because as you see, the light now hasn't got any cables yet attached. And we need, of course, the power cord and the extension lead to comfortably position light as we want on bed for the effective light therapy. So I've got the power cable for the light. As you see, it's quite long, but still for safety reasons and for comfort, I would recommend to use an extension lead, because of course your bed may be further away from any socket and you want to position the light exactly in the place which is most comfortable for you. So if the cord is just too short, it may be a little bit awkward. But of course, your situation may be different. Do as you feel it's best for your bed setup. So we plug the light at the back. We've got this socket here, and then of course plug the light to our extension lead as well, and it's ready to work. As you see at the back, we've got the main switch which turns on the digital panel. At the moment nothing is on, so turning on, we've got digital panel already lit, and it shows 10 minutes because the light has got default setting for 10 minutes. So when you after a couple weeks of doing red light therapy, when you feel comfortable, you can just leave it as it is, because 10 minutes is recommended time for the duration of most red light therapy sessions. But of course, for people who just start red light therapy, we always recommend to start shorter sessions, because we don't know how they will tolerate the light. So let's say start with 2 minutes or 3 minutes and then go to 5 minutes. And then when you feel like, okay, no problems at all, then you can easily go to 10 minutes. In red light therapy, more is not always the best option, so don't go over 10 minutes. Let's say you think if 10 minutes is good, that 20 minutes will be better, or 30 minutes will be even great. No, it doesn't work that way. With red light therapy, your body needs to receive a specific dose of light, and if it's too little, of course nothing happens. But if it's too much light, also nothing happens, because the body reacts in a way that it diminishes the effects of red light therapy. So you don't want to overdo. You are not going to burn yourself, because this light is not like a heat light that can cause some damage to your skin if you are, exposed for longer. It will just basically do nothing, and you will lose your time and your electricity. So the best option is just to stick to about 10 minutes per area, and that's most advisable, but by most manufacturers who produce lights that emit quite a substantial amount of light. And this particular light has got a very strong light output. If you want to learn more about how strong is the light output of this light, check out my video here. The panel control is very easy to operate. I already explained it in another video here. But just quickly, for people who never seen this kind of light, almost everyone can do it. If you can press coupled switches, that's not a problem for you. I say if you can, because some people may have a problem with, for instance, dexterity. Yeah? Their hands may be not easy to operate with the switches like this. So in this case, I recommend to get the light like this, but with big flip switches. It's got switches like this, which are very easy to operate. And model light, I've got this model of the light, but it's now connected to my longer panel, so it's incorporated in my full body treatment. But I've got the light with just big flip switches, and it works very well, especially for maybe elderly people who may not see exactly what's going on here. They may have problems with vision or with finger coordination. So for them, the simpler light would be better option. But for most people who have no problems with hand coordination and with eyesight, that light is, in my opinion, better choice. So we've got option for modes. So we change modes for infrared, red and infrared, or just red. When we do red light therapy in bed, it would usually be probably for some kind of muscle problems. So for instance, if you are a person who has some aches and pains in the muscle, maybe in your back or maybe in legs, then of course I would recommend to do infrared, or you can do both red and near infrared. Because if you just leave red light doesn't penetrate deeper than the skin level. So it will only affect your skin, but you want to affect your body, it means your muscles and joint, and that's why we need near infrared as well. Okay, so we keep for red and near infrared, the time we keep the same, 10 minutes. But of course, if you start, you can lower it down to, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes. And then as soon as we press OK button, the light will start shining and the timer will start descending. So of course it will switch off automatically after 10 minutes. And we press OK to stop the session. And now what we want, just to position the light according to what area we want to shine on. So for instance, if you have problems with back, by the way, this video is not a substitute but any kind of advice or treatment, so if you have any problems with health, always ask the relevant professional. And here is just a demonstration for educational purposes how this light might be used for people who would like to try red light therapy to help with their problems with, for instance, muscles, joints, or with skin, because most of the time red light therapy is used for any kind of problems with skin or for problems with muscles and joints. And of course, if you have any concerns, if it's suitable for you, I suggest and recommend go and speak with the relevant professional, and then if they say yes, it's okay to use red light therapy, then come back and try this kind of light. By the way, if you are not sure if this light is going to work for your specific problem or condition, then after, of course, consulting your doctor or other healthcare professional, you can get this light and test it for 2 months. And if you are happy, then great, because you will have results you expected. But let's say it doesn't work for you, because nothing works for everyone, then of course you can return the light and the company will give you money back. I think it's a very fair deal, and I don't think you can do similar thing like, for instance, if you want to try a car for 2 months. They don't give you that option. But in red light therapy, we are lucky that we can test if it works for us, if it gives us the results we want. And then if we are happy, we keep the light. If we are not, we can return it. Okay, so let's put this light in a proper position. For instance, if I would like to do some therapy on my back. Quite a lot of people who work in healthcare industry. I used to work in healthcare as a support worker, care assistant, and physiotherapy assistant. So I done quite a lot, some kind of manual handling, and sometimes when you work with patients who are, let's say, large, or maybe the problem is that sometimes you just in an awkward position and then you feel ache or pain in your muscles somewhere. So the option would be to use this light, position your light in a way that it will shine on specific area where you feel that you would benefit from the light therapy, and then just lie down. I recommend to press the button first and then turn around, because when you already assume position, it's not easy. With the light which is got just a manual flip switches, it's easier, because when you've got the model of the light where it's got only manual switches, it's easier because you don't need to look. It's easy to flip the switch with your finger. Here, because you've got 3 switches next to each other, it's not easy to press it. So I recommend to start the light first and then assume the position according to which area you want to shine on. So for instance, if I want to do on my back, I would lie like this for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then when I finish the session, if I set it up for 5 minutes, the light will, of course, turn it off by itself. So this is one of the positions for doing back, but of course you may have problems with, for instance, achy knees or joints, or maybe after some kind of surgery or operation you want to use red light therapy to help with speeding the recovery process, because red light therapy is known for helping with improving the speed of recovery after either injuries or after, let's say, any kind of sport contusions, or even just aching after very difficult game or very strenuous training. You can use this light as well for shining on your muscles and joints. So for instance, if you want to do red light therapy on your legs and you would feel much more comfortable lying down in bed instead of sitting or standing in front of the light, then of course we can put the light here like this and position yourself and turn the light on and do the session on your knees. And of course you can do the session on one side, and then after 5 minutes, for instance, you can turn the light the other way around and do the session on the other side as well. Some people may have problems, for instance, in groin area because of like some sort of skin problems. Then you can use the light as well, just positioning the light this way. Of course, you can comfortably sit against the wall if you prefer. And as you see, it's very easy. The light is doing its job. If you want, you can put some protective goggles if this light is too bright for you. Always producers recommend to put goggles if the light is shining any near your eyes. But of course, if the light is far away from your eyes, I think it's perhaps not needed, but it's always do what is best for you and follow the advice of experts. Some people may want to do some red light therapy on the head or on the scalp, just for instance to work on their hair, or some research showed that people who do red light therapy on the head may have some improvement in cognitive functions. So if you want to try if it's going to work for you, of course you can put the light at the top of the bed here and then position yourself below to press the button and do the therapy on your head and on your scalp. Very simple. So this is how simple it is to do some red light therapy in bed using this light. And this is my MitoPRO 300. It's got 60 LEDs and 4 different wavelengths of light. And in my opinion, it's one of the best buys on the market right now. So for a price, you've got 4 different wavelengths of light, you've got digital controls and a digital timer, and you've got table stand included in the price. If you are interested in that light, you can check the link in the video description below, and if you decide to purchase it using my affiliate link, it will help support this channel at no extra cost to you. And actually, because I'm affiliate with them, you can use my name as a coupon code and you can get this light even cheaper. So who is this light for? Most people buy this light for doing red light therapy for face, beauty, anti-aging, or perhaps doing some red light therapy on specific muscles and joints. But in this video I showed you that you can also use it to do red light therapy in bed, which I think is ideal for elderly people, people who are not strong enough to sit or stand in front of the light, like most people use this kind of light. And the good thing about this light is that it's reasonably small and portable. It's got its weight, but still, if you have a car, for instance, you can put it at the back seat of your car and take it, for instance, to your elderly parents, do some red light therapy for them, and then come back and carry on using this light with your family. Of course, you can use it for yourself, you can use it for your spouse, and also for children, because, you know, everybody has got different issues, different problems, and red light therapy can help many people in the family. One more thing I want to remind you, that when you use for skin, you want to use red light therapy. So for instance here, if I change for red light therapy, this will be just shining red light therapy, and then you see that these LEDs are lit and the other are not. But actually, if you change for infrared, when you press, you can't see a thing. Perhaps, if you're lucky, you can see a slight pink glow of some LEDs. I'm not sure if you can see it. That means, of course, that these lights are working, but this light is invisible for our eyes. so we don't see it. But actually it's very important when you do red light therapy for your muscles and joints, because this light can penetrate deeper in your body. And most people use both red and near infrared. Now I just pressed for both, and then when we press, you will have also red and near infrared together, and then most of the time probably is the best option, because of course you have the full power of the light, and what needs to go in deep into your tissue, it goes and does the job in your muscles and joints. And of course the red light is only reaching your skin, but as well does good job for, you know, rejuvenating and anti-aging it. So I think you've got the best of what the opportunity this light gives you. And of course, if you feel like this one is too small for what you need to do red light therapy in bed, there are options like you can have a larger panel like this and mount it on the horizontal stand, so you can basically move over the bed and then lie down and do the session like this. But of course it requires bigger light and extra mobile stand, and if you have a space and budget for it, that's a great option, especially when you have a person who is bedbound and they cannot use this light on the other, you know, ways, like for instance on the table or mounted on the wall. But I'm very happy with this light. My wife uses it for beauty, face, anti-aging. I use from time to time for my knees when I have painful knees after playing too much football with my daughters, and sometimes I use it also for my head and scalp, but I must admit I don't have discipline enough to do it like too often for my hair. So of course, if it's important for you, you need to remember that doing red light therapy requires discipline and consistency, because when you do red light therapy, you need to do at least every other day for a specific area. And of course, if you do some kind of injury recovery, you actually probably better off to do twice a day. So for instance, in the morning when you wake up, you can do the session on this particular area, and then you do in the evening as well for best results. But generally, let's say for anti-aging and, you know, just improving your skin and your vitality, once a day is good. Even every other day is sufficient enough. So if you are new to red light therapy, I think this kind of light is one of the best choices. Powerful enough, easy to use, convenient because you can use it on the table, like, you know, for face beauty therapy on your beauty desk. You can mount it on the door or on the wall, and of course, as I showed you, you can use it on bed doing some red light therapy, for instance for elderly parents. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up, I really appreciate it. Share with your friends who would also benefit from this information. Check out my website for more information about red light therapy, lights I use and recommend, and more discount codes. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.